We request you all to kindly please take your seats. May I also take this opportunity to request you all to please do remember to either switch off your cell phones or put them on silent mode. Please bear with us as we are awaiting the arrival of the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Rajnath Singh, the Honorable Chief Guest, who's all set to grace the occasion here today. He shall be joining us in a few moments from now. A very good evening and a very warm welcome to you all. May I request members of the audience who are still standing to please kindly take their seats. Thank you for joining us at the 5th IMA Managing India Awards presentation ceremony. We are privileged to have a most distinguished lineup of dignitaries and award winners and a very eminent audience. As we would like you to enjoy the evening in peace, may I request everybody to switch off the ringers of their phones. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we take the pleasure of welcoming on the stage Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, I'm a President, I'm a Vice President and Director General. I extend a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries. I now request Ms. Rekha Sethi, Director General IMA, to present her introductory remarks.
Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Chairman IMA Managing India Awards Jury and Chairman RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Ms. Preeta Reddy, President IMA and Executive Vice Chairperson Apollo Hospitals Group. Mr. Firdaus Wandrewala, Vice President IMA and Executive Vice Chairman SR Steel India Limited. Eminent award winners, IMA's past presidents and council members, distinguished guests. First of all, my apologies for starting late. As you can see, we are still waiting for the minister who's held up in a cabinet meeting. We decided to start because we all understand that your time is precious and we appreciate that. We will go ahead with the preliminary part of the program with all the speeches, and then we will request our celebrity guests here to read the citations of our award winners, and we expect the minister to join us in time for the awards presentation. So with these words, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to IMA's 5th Managing India Awards. Tonight, IMA celebrates achievers from a variety of fields. Diverse though they are in their pursuits, united they are in their purpose. They are all remarkable nation builders. Our award winners tonight include respected veterans and emerging superstars. They come from both public and private sectors. They come from domains as different as microfinance and filmmaking. Ladies and gentlemen, IMA's Managing India Awards are part of our effort to inspire Indian decision makers and performers by putting the spotlight on achievers who have set examples and can be role models for others. IMA, as you know, is the apex body for management in India. We strive to promote the best management values in addition to the best management practices, and we do so right from imparting management education to felicitating management achievements. We believe that it is important to look beyond the narrow personal and organizational objectives and aim for socially and nationally relevant success. Tonight, we honor individuals and organizations that have achieved this success. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces of friends, members, and well-wishers of the IMA family who have joined us this evening to celebrate the achievements of some remarkable Indians who have done us all proud. Thank you all for joining us. With these words, it is now my pleasure to invite the IMA President, Ms. Preeta Reddy, to deliver her welcome address. Thank you.
Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Mr. Firdaus Vandriwala, Rekha, eminent award winners in the audience, IMA's past presidents and council members, distinguished guests who've agreed and have come here to read the citation, a warm welcome to all of you. I'd like to apologize at the outset for the time which we made all of you wait. Sometimes the best laid plans don't really go according to what we want, but IMA, being a great management institution, said that we've made people wait so long that we should get started. So thank you all for being patient. And I know we will have the Honorable Minister here to give away the awards, but meanwhile we thought we should just start. IMA is the apex body of management in India, as you all know, and has always nurtured winning with a culture of recognition. This evening, too, represents this ethos as the aim of the prestigious IMA Managing India Awards is the promotion and celebration of management in all spheres of life. Each year, the awards are given away to people who contributed to the progress of our glorious country and moreover have made excellence a habit. Nation building demands groundbreaking reforms, dynamism, passion, compassion, and above all perseverance. And this evening will witness us honoring the accomplishments of distinguished individuals whose achievements have transformed their organizations and our nation at large. We are privileged to have Mr. Rajnath Singh, the Honorable Minister for Home Affairs, as the chief guest this evening. And when he comes here, I'd be happy to welcome him. Rajnath Singh Ji is today heads the most important Ministry of Home Affairs, and I'm sure that under his stewardship, there will be a lot of reforms happening in our country. We're greatly indebted to Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, a dynamic corporate captain who spearheads one of India's leading business conglomerates as chairman, RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, and also the chair of the IMA Managing India Awards jury. The IMA Managing India Awards was initiated by him during his presidency of IMA. We are immensely grateful for his continued support to the IMA Managing India Awards. Mr. Goenka, I'm delighted to welcome you. It's also my pleasure to welcome Mr. Firdaus Vandriwala, Vice President IMA and Executive Vice President Essar Steel. A stellar individual, he's passionately committed to the country's progress and in making India self-sufficient in the steel sector. I extend a very warm welcome to our eminent award winners. It is indeed a great privilege to welcome and honor each of you today for your superlative achievements. I must say that the jury found it hard to pick a winner, but the decisions were unanimous. And each one of you, I think, is well deserving of the award. And IMA feels very honored to be able to give an award to such great individuals who have really contributed to nation building in your own specific way. Let me extend a special warm welcome to the jury members, the past presidents of IMA, council members, sponsors of this event, special invitees, media, and to the eminent personalities who will read the citations for the awards tonight. It's a pleasure to have all of you with us tonight, and may I now request the chairman of our jury for IMA Managing India Awards, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, to introduce the awards. Thank you all.
Preeta, Rekha, ladies and gentlemen, let me add my own welcome to that of Rekha's and Preetha's to each one of you. The Honorable Home Minister should be with us any minute. He left about 8 minutes ago, so he should be here in the next couple of minutes. This is a special event, a special moment, a special occasion. We recognize special achievements of very, very special people. People who are exceptional in achievement, in governance, in thought, in leadership, from different fields. In the past, we've had the privilege of honoring many exceptional achievers. Mr. Mukesh Ambani, Mr. Kumar Mangalam Birla, Mr. Narayan Murthy, Dr. Sridharan, Mr. Keshav Mahindra, Mr. Brijmohan Lal Munjal, Mr. Arun Puri, Mr. R.P. Goenka, there's so many, Chanda Kochar. And today, we are proud to recognize many more exceptional performances. Particularly pleasing because we've gone through a very challenging period last year. And as the saying goes, the rising tide lifts all boats, but only the most resourceful can navigate the choppy waters. There were some who rose above everything and scaled new heights of achievements in business, in philanthropy, in films. And it is our privilege to recognize each one of these successes. My heartfelt congratulations to each one of the award winners. I'd like to recognize those special people who are here today to join us in honoring the award winners. Many of whom have been award winners in the past and have agreed to read out the citations. Thank you very much. It means a lot to us. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now start with the awards and the first award. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Goenka. Appreciation for achievements comes in varied manners and from many sources, but no praise equals that which comes from one's peers, for only they know what it takes to achieve what you have. The IMA Managing India Awards is that coveted appreciation. So without further ado, let's get set to appreciate our achievers at the IMA Managing India Awards 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, we start the award distribution with the Lifetime Contribution Award. This award recognizes the contribution of an individual who has revolutionized existing practices in their respective sphere of work. He or she would have displayed a lifetime of leadership excellence and is a worthy ambassador of India on an international arena. It is my privilege to request Ms. Preetha Reddy, President IMA, to introduce the award winner.
Namaste. In a break from tradition, I requested that if I could be given an opportunity to read the citation for Mr. Deepak Parekh. And it goes like this. A doyen of India's banking and financial sector and a reliable counsel for companies and governments. He is an icon of corporate India. He has built India's leading banking, finance, and insurance group from scratch over the last 4 decades. He joined HDFC a year after its inception in 1978 and became its chairman in 1993. Today, the mortgage bank has a loan book of more than 2 lakh crore rupees. He founded India's first modern private bank in 1994 and diversified HDFC Group to make it a powerhouse of mortgages, banking, insurance, asset management, and education finance. More than 1 million households today owe their homes to HDFC. An astute and admired financial thinker, he counsels governments and companies on policies and strategies. In addition to the HDFC Group companies, he is also on the board of many Indian and multinational companies, including Siemens, Mahindra & Mahindra, and Vedanta. He is a key member of several government committees and task forces. He has solved many knotty problems for the government, including salvaging Satyam Computer to restore global confidence in the Indian IT sector. He has also lent his wisdom and credibility to restore the integrity of India's global sports event, the IPL. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for Lifetime Contribution to Mr. Deepak Parekh, Chairman, HDFC Limited. It's also my privilege to welcome the Honorable Minister, Shri Rajnath Ji, to the stage. We're privileged with your presence, sir, and thank you for accepting to be here.
Thank you, Ms. Reddy. Congratulations, Mr. Deepak Parekh.
Honorable Minister Shri Rajnath Ji, I am privileged and delighted to be a recipient of the All India Management Association Lifetime Achievement Award. It is an honor to be in the esteemed company of past winners, which include the late Mr. R.P. Goenka, Dr. Pratap Reddy, Brijmohan Munjal, and Keshav Mahendra. These gentlemen are leading luminaries in their respective fields, and I'm proud to be the youngest member of this elite club. But nowadays, the word lifetime achievement is a scary one. It means that someone is giving a hint to you that your time is up and you must retire gracefully. I hope Sanjeev Goenka, as chairman of the jury, other members of the jury, and Preeta were not giving this hint or indication to me. I have often been asked what is the secret of leadership. And to be honest, a leader has only two responsibilities. The first responsibility of a leader is to define the goal, define the vision. And the last responsibility of the leader is to say thank you. In between, he is a member of the larger team of employees. I have been fortunate to have colleagues and friends who have helped me make good judgments. I have also been fortunate to be mentored by some exceptional individuals from whom I have imbibed certain leadership traits. Awards and recognitions are not possible without their blessings and without their backing. I do believe that integrity is the only quality the leader must have, or the main quality the leader must have, and that wealth cannot be generated at the cost of governance. I would like to dedicate this award to all the past and present employees of the large HDFC group, and without whose help, support, and commitment, we would not have reached where we are today. Thank you once again, IMA.
Once again, many congrats, sir. Next, we felicitate a very remarkable corporation in the category Indian Multinational of the Year Award. This award aims to honor and recognize a company's global strategy and corporate excellence by which the company is being championed across the world and has shown tremendous growth globally despite a challenging global economic environment. May I request Mr. B.J. Panda, Member of Parliament Lok Sabha, to introduce the winner.
In the uncertain world of politics, we are always keeping an eye open for alternate careers. So when I was asked to read out this prestigious award, I knew there would be many broadcasters here and perhaps I should put my foot in the door. But it is a real privilege for me to be given this task. Citation for the Indian Multinational Corporation of the Year, Tata Consultancy Services. The original Indian IT multinational and India's flagship IT organization, TCS has become one of the world's most successful and valuable IT companies. A formidable competitor, the organization has grown at an enviable growth rate of 26% during the past 3 years, despite adverse conditions. In the process, it has become the second most valuable IT company in the world. It has also become the first Indian company to achieve a market capitalization of more than rupees 5 lakh crores. A world-scale and world-class organization, it has become the preferred provider of services in the area of software, IT infrastructure and engineering, and business process services. It now employs more than 300,000 people worldwide and has developed a unique global network delivery model for IT services. A constant innovator, the organization has developed strong research and development capabilities. Its network of labs across the world has made it a leader in the emerging technologies, including cloud computing, data analytics, mobility, and social networking. The organization is led by an astute and dynamic leader, Mr. N. Chandrasekaran, CEO and Managing Director. Under his visionary leadership, the company has delivered unprecedented performance and value. The All India Management Association is privileged to confer the AIMA Managing India Award for the Indian Multinational of the Year on India's premier IT services company, TCS Limited, through its visionary leader, Mr. N. Chandrasekaran.
Congratulations, Mr. Chandrasekaran. Thank you, Mr. Panda.
Honorable Home Minister and the IMA executives, office bearers, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a privilege and honor for me to receive this award with all the other distinguished award winners tonight and all the past award winners. I would like to say that TCS is where it is today because of a lot of effort, vision, and leadership that is collective. My predecessors, Mr. Kohli and Mr. Ramdurai, had done a remarkable job and laid a great foundation. And I am fortunate to have a phenomenal team and the support of all my customers and the Tata Group. And I would like to share this with 305,000 employees of TCS who bring enormous pride and passion in what we do. Thank you so much, and thank you, everyone.
Now we come to the IMA Managing India Award for the Emerging Business Leader of the Year award. This accolade is awarded for an individual's continuing commitment to excellence for developing best business practices and innovative strategies, and to one who has achieved positive financial results, increased shareholder value, proven corporate governance while displaying accountability, integrity, and vision. It is my privilege to invite Ms. Ritu Kumar, renowned fashion designer, to introduce the award winner.
Good evening. It's my pleasure to give this citation for a most unusual award and an unusual profession, I think. The citation is for M.G. George Muthoot, a visionary entrepreneur and an innovative strategist. He has emerged as a leader in the non-banking finance world business. He has made gold financing a mainstream business activity and given it a legitimacy and credibility it never had. In doing so, he has unlocked a huge amount of money locked up in household jewelry and generated funds for financing businesses. In the process, he has accomplished extraordinary financial inclusion, as a large number of non-urban households have been able to take advantage of the financial markets using their jewelry. This is really incredible. He has made Muthoot Finance into a household name in just a few years and made it the largest gold financing company in India. Since it listed on the stock exchanges in 2011, Muthoot Finance has disbursed secured loans of more than 3 lakh crore rupees. 1/3 of these loans have been disbursed in the rural and semi-urban areas. A prominent business leader, in his native Kerala, he chairs many important councils and committees, a patron of culture. He promotes construction of traditional Kerala boats. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for the Emerging Business Leader of the Year to Mr. M.G. George Muthoot, Chairman, Muthoot Group.
Congratulations, Mr. M.G. George Muthoot. Thank you, Ms. Kumar.
Our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Rajnath Singh, Honorable Home Minister of India, all the dignitaries present here, past award winners, and all the award winners of today. I am actually truly honored to receive the Emerging Business Leader of the Year award. On behalf of the entire Muthoot Group, I would like to thank IMA and all the jury members. I share this prestigious award with each and every one of the 30,000 Muthoot Group family members whose special mission is to take financial inclusion to every nook and corner of our heartland through our 4,500 branches. Also, our other 17 verticals, divisions, are working hard to be the best and the biggest in each division. 4 divisions of ours are literally the largest in India, and one is the largest in the world. I am really surprised that I am taken as an emerging leader for 2 reasons. Our business today is 127 years young, old. I am 3rd generation chairman and 4th generation is working already. In fact, you may be knowing an amazing fact that our family is doing business for 800 years, which is God's grace. And we never faltered, and we did it with ethics and values. We maintain 7 fundamental principles intact in the group, all through ethics, values, reliability, dependability, trustworthiness, integrity, and goodwill. We never compromise this under any circumstances, and this was the foundation for our business. And we never dilute or compromise this. The families, as I told, is in 800 years, and that too with unblemished track record and with ethics and values intact. I feel this is a recognition of the hard work put by our forefathers who built a formidable foundation of trust and values, and I humbly bow my head before them. Most importantly, I give tremendous credit for the untiring efforts given by all the third generation directors who are my own brothers, and also the fourth generation junior directors, our children, who are earnestly contributing to the success of the Muthoot Group after their studies abroad. They all joined our business. Nobody stayed back in US or UK or France. They all came back and they are working with us. I thank God Almighty for these blessings showered on us. Somebody asked me, how did you come in emerging business leader? They said, in North India, we were not knowing much about you. Only in the last 20, 30 years, you are known. That is only, we never publicized our business too much. We did lot, but talked less. Thank you very much, Aima, for this award.
Thank you, Ms. Kumar. Congratulations, Mr. Muthoot, once again. We now come to the IMA Managing India Award for the Entrepreneur of the Year. This accolade will be awarded to the individual who has created an innovative enterprise which shows tremendous potential of creating ripples across the global industry. The individual would have created a brand which has the strength to give older and established brands a run for their money. May I now request Mr. M. Damodaran, former Chairman SEBI and Chairman Excellence Enablers, to introduce the award winner.
Thank you, Aima, for giving me the privilege of reading the one citation that I would love to read today. I'm aware, even as I say this, that I might upset some of the other award winners who are close personal friends of mine, but if I had a choice, this is the one citation I would have loved to read. An extraordinary entrepreneur with an extraordinary story, he best illustrates the indomitable spirit that overcomes obstacles in its stride. A self-made man with a grand vision, he has proved that anything is possible with commitment and hard work. A phenomenal organizer and implementer, he has built one of the largest national microfinance organizations. Bandhan, the organization that he founded in 2001, and which many of us didn't know about till the RBI gave it a banking license, was founded in a village near Kolkata and has now grown to have more than 2,000 branches in 22 states and union territories. With 5.5 million customers and a 6,200 crore loan book, Bandhan is one of the largest microfinance organizations in the world. In an age when there is a lot of talk about financial inclusion, he has demonstrated its infinite possibilities and potential. A social entrepreneur to the core, he is embarked on setting up a bank for those who do not presently have access to banking services. An astute strategist, he is an influential leader of India's microfinance sector. He is the Vice President of Microfinance Institution Network
a self-regulatory body, and is a member of NABARD's Committee on Credit Delivery Innovation. A microfinance evangelist, he is a regular speaker at leading business schools. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for Entrepreneur of the Year to Mr. Chandrasekhar Ghosh, Chairman and Managing Director, Bandhan Financial Services.
Thank you, Mr. Damodaran. Congratulations, Mr. Chandrasekhar Ghosh.
Honorable Home Minister of the country and all the dignitaries in the audience. Thank you, IMA, to giving this award to us. And I received this award on behalf of our 57 lakhs women customer and 13,000 of our employees. And it is actually, they have been given these opportunities to me to receive on behalf of them. And you know that our challenge is started after getting the banking license to reach to the unreached people. Those are not getting the banking services. I promise in front of our Honorable Minister, I will be like to reach, extend with our all banking services to those customers, those are not yet get any services from existing bank, and any corner of the country we like to reach. And I hope that all of you will be cooperate us, blessing us, and help us to reach the people, and then possible the lot of million entrepreneurs who should be developed and which can be helped to create the new employment, and poverty will be like to reduce of the country. Thank you, giving this award again to me. Thank you.
We now felicitate a very remarkable corporation in the category Multinational in India of the Year Award. This award honors a multinational corporation which has made outstanding contributions towards economic and social upliftment of India. The one which has taken India to a new growth trajectory while demonstrating exceptional financial returns, strong growth, innovation strategies, and market leadership in its sector. May I request Mr. Sunil Kant Munjal, Joint Managing Director, Hero Motocorp, and Chairman, Hero Corporate Service, to introduce the winner.
A foreign multinational that has come to be counted amongst India's own, Samsung India Electronics provides valuable lessons of how to succeed in the Indian market. Samsung India has become a preferred brand in India by delivering the latest and the best technologies at affordable prices. The company has been a relentless innovator and has brought cutting-edge home and work devices to India before most others. This, combined with some astute marketing, has yielded in significant growth. Over the past 3 years, Samsung has nearly doubled its revenues to over $6 billion. A pioneer in mobile phone technology, Samsung India has led the smartphone revolution in India during the past 5 years. Its share of India's smartphone market has shot up from single digit to 40% in recent times. In addition to the many successes it has notched up in the marketplace, Samsung India has shown great sensitivity to the needs of the community through strong support of sports, culture, and social development projects. For its remarkable journey and achievements, All India Management Association is privileged to confirm the IMA Managing India Award for Multinational in India of the Year on Samsung India Electronics Private Limited for its and to its visionary leader, Mr. B.D. Park, President and CEO, Samsung Electronics Southwest Asia.
Congratulations, Mr. B.D. Park. Thank you, Mr. Munjal.
The Honorable Home Minister of India, Mr. Rajnath Singh, the distinguished guests, friends from media, and ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening. First of all, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude for the award tonight. The entire Samsung family and business partners will receive this award with a humble mind of understanding that Samsung should further contribute to the faster and long-lasting development of India. Today, Samsung India is more an Indian company than being a simple multinational company. Our 12,000 engineers develop the technology and product here in India at 3 R&D centers. We locally manufacture in our 2 factories most of the product we sell. We also export from India. And we are proud that Samsung is heavily investing in various areas of education and training as the socially responsible activities. We are not here only to sell and make the money. Samsung will not stop here. It's our commitment that we will further try to become one of the best Indian companies in order to contribute to creating the great future of India. Lastly, I'd like to appreciate this good gesture of IMA and IMA President and Council members from my heart. Thank you very much.
Under the next category, Outstanding Contribution to Media Award, we award an individual who has made a mark in media, which could be print or electronic, whose contribution has revolutionized the industry as a whole. He who is solely responsible for changing the face of media in the 21st century and taking the legacy forward for the generation next. May I request Mr. Pavan Kumar Verma, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, to introduce the winner of the Outstanding Contribution to Media Award.
I am delighted at the privilege and the honor to read the citation for a truly remarkable individual, and I am very happy, Mantri Mahoday, अब आप relaxed हैं, बैठ चुके हैं. Seeing you standing all the while, I felt it was an imposition, but in politics, where you stand depends on where you sit. So I am very happy you have had now the chance to sit down. Let me once again reiterate what a privilege it is for me to read this citation.
A doyen of Indian journalism with a career of nearly 50 years and the chief editor of the 126-year-old Malayalam Manorama Group, he is a leading keeper of the country's culture and democratic values. Scion of the family that founded Malayalam Manorama in Kerala in 1890, he started his career with Times of India in 1966. He went on to work for leading publications in Britain and the USA. He also spent time in Japan learning the management practices of Asahi Shimbun and Mainichi Shimbun. He returned to India with international exposure in journalism and the business of media and joined the family business as the resident editor. He was made the editor and managing director of the group publications in 1988, and in 2010 he took up added responsibilities as the chief editor and managing director. A much admired journalist and media administrator, he is a former president of the Indian Newspaper Society and the Editors Guild of India. He was also a member of the Press Council of India for 2 terms. Thomson Reuters made him a director trustee of the body that supervises the implementation of the guiding journalistic principles of Reuters. He was honored by the Government of India with a Padam Shri in 2005. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for outstanding contribution to media to Mr. Mammen Matthew, Chief Editor and Managing Director, Malayalam Manorama Group.
Thank you, Mr. Varma. Congratulations, Mr. Matthew.
Respected Shri Rajnath Singh Ji, our Home Minister, Shri Sanjeev Goenka, Jury Chairman, members of the jury, IMA President Srimati Preeta Reddy, my colleagues in the media, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Pavanji. I am in a feel-good mood, and the IMA Award at this age of my life will give me an impetus to score in the penalty shootouts. My congratulations to the other award winners. Basking in distinguished company, I feel humbled. The 126-year-old history of Malayalam Manorama is a saga of managing a people's newspaper. It is a pilgrim's progress. Our stand on nationalistic issues forced a closure in 1938, which was our golden jubilee year. K.C. Maman Mapla, my grandfather, the then chief editor, was thrown in jail for 2 years. The newspaper remained in sealed captivity for 9 years, and when we got our license and restarted on November 29, 1947, we were circulation-wise very low in the batting order from the small town of Kottayam, which is our headquarters, financially in dire straits. All that we have achieved since then in print, electronic, and new media, as well as our corporate social responsibilities, is because of the innate strength of Indianness and teamwork. The legacy that has been handed down to me and the management is protected like a crystal. My grandfather wrote to his successor, K.M. Cherian, his eldest son, that Malayalam Manorama is a sacred trust to be used for the public good. As the 5th chief editor of Malayalam Manorama, I consider myself as a motivator of our philosophy of journalism with a human touch, and I accept the award for Team Manorama. Thank you. Jai Hind.
The next award is for the Director of the Year. The award aims to recognize an individual who has exemplified the spirit of filmmaking by taking a story and creating a masterpiece out of it. The sort of masterpiece which is a path-breaking creation and is worth watching over and over again. May I now request Padma Vibhushan, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab, Sarod Maestro and the exponent of classical Indian music to the world to please join us on the stage. And may I request Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Chairman IMA Managing India Awards Jury and Chairman RP Sanjeev Goenka Group to introduce the winner of the Director of the Year Award.
A gifted storyteller, a socially conscious filmmaker, Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra is a distinguished cinema literature. A rebel with a cause, he makes unique films that highlight the issues close to Indian hearts. His work connects India's past with the aspirations of the new generation Indians. He questions the status quo and stirs people to make the country proud. His latest film, Bhag Milkha Bhag, inspired young Indians by celebrating the struggles and achievements of Milkha Singh, who brought glory to India in athletics in the 1950s and 60s. A modern filmmaker, he narrates Indian stories with global sensibility. He works with international casts and gives Indian stories a global context. He is a rare talent whose work is appreciated by both the intelligentsia and the masses, in India and overseas. Bhag Milkha Bhag has won the National Film Award for the Best Feature Film in 2013, besides sweeping the Popular Film Awards. Rang De Basanti was nominated for the coveted BAFTA Awards in the Foreign Language category in 2006, and it was India's official entry at the Oscars in 2007. The film won 4 national awards. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for the Outstanding Director of the Year to Mr. Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra.
Thank you, Mr. Goenka. Congratulations, Mr. Mehra.
Honorable Minister, Goenka Saab, members of the Council. I was not ready for this. I came here, and when I entered the small room first and then the bigger floor here, this is overwhelming. This is a moment, I think, that will flash before I take my last breath. This is wonderful. India has voted for progress India has voted for change. India has voted for India. And my instincts are telling me that two new sectors that should go through the roof is sports and entertainment. I'm extremely lucky, privileged to find myself in one of those sectors. I'm sure it's needless to say in this esteemed gathering that the kind of globalization that is we are going to see will be unprecedented. The blurring of international boundaries. The West has always done it very successfully. The West, through the books, periodicals, earlier LP records, music, CD, publishing, collective consciousness of the world, and now through new media, we have to grab this opportunity. It's our turn now. My dream is to tell Indian stories to the world, not merely American ideas made in India. Cricket is a game we've all cherished and we all watch. It was the game of the lordships and the Maharaja. Look what has happened when we empowered India to play that game. Look what happened when a fast bowler came from a village with just 7 huts and a batsman came after milking the cow every morning. We became world champions. My wish, my dream is to unleash this power with the help of everyone here and let every Indian express themselves in telling stories, especially from the villages and the small town, and tell our stories to the world. There are 120 crore stories ready to be told today, and I'm sure the world will enjoy them. Once again, there will be ambassadors of culture, art, music for the world. Mythology from India, we have so much to tell the world. And I'm sure it will also convert into creation of massive wealth for all of us, for the nation, and contribute towards, in a very small way, not the way this room does, towards nation building. Thank you very much.
The next award is given in recognition of our PSU's outstanding performance for proving that they are an essential part of the economy, for following the best human resource management practices, for innovation, and for displaying social responsibility as the very essence of their existence. May I request Padma Bhushan Prabhu Chawla, Editorial Director, the New Indian Express Group, to introduce the winner of the Outstanding PSU of the Year Award.
Manya Rajnath ji, it's very rare that the journalists read laudatory citations of such undertakings. So it is my rare privilege these days. But in public interest, I am privileged to read the citation. I am saying in public interest, I am privileged to read the citation for outstanding PSU of the year, NTPC Limited. The provider of more than a quarter of India's electricity needs, NTPC is a vital engine for Indian economy. It is one of the 10 largest power companies in the world and one of the only 4 Maharatna public sector companies in India. The national leader in power generation the organization has achieved generation capacity of more than 43,000 megawatts, and it is on the course to trebling its power generation to 128,000 megawatts in less than 2 decades from now. A driven organization, it has continuously improved power plant performance to set new benchmarks in power generation efficiency. A formidable competitor, the organization has built a strong business across the electricity value chain, including power distribution and trading. It is in the process of entering power equipment manufacturing sector as well. A forward-looking organization, NTPC is upgrading its coal power technology and diversifying into solar, hydro, and nuclear technologies. Aware of the climatic changes issues, the organization is reducing its carbon emission. It aims to produce 1/3 of its total electricity from carbon-free resources in about 2 decades from now. The organization is very ably led by Dr. Arup Rai Chaudhary, its chairman and managing director. Under his astute leadership, NTPC has grown in both achievements and stature. All India Management Association is privileged to confirm the IMA Managing Award for the outstanding PSU of the year on India's premier power company, NTPC Limited, through its dynamic leader, Dr. Arup Rai Chaudhary.
Thank you, Mr. Prabhu Chawla. Heartiest congratulations to Dr. Arup Rai Chaudhary.
The Home Minister of India, Shri Rajnath Singh Ji, the office bearers of IMA, the panel which considered NTPC, and all the distinguished people that I see here. Well, this goes to the 26,500 employees and their families of NTPC. We are the best company in the world in capacity utilization, and I'm so glad that IMA, an institution by itself, has recognized NTPC. Depending on where you live in India, if you look above you, either every 2 bulbs is lit by India or every 3rd bulb is lit by NTPC in India. That's what we contribute to the country. And the team that I lead, the credit goes to them that they're so receptive to the vibrant environment. And they follow this huge dictum of being proud of the organization, doing their work with pride and with transparency. Thank you so much, IMA, again.
Our next award aims to honor an individual who has displayed exceptional vision and leadership in building an organization or institution, a person who has been the driving force of an organization and has made a major contribution to an industry and nation building at large. May I request Mr. P. Balaji, Managing Director, Microsoft Devices Group, to introduce the winner of the Outstanding Institution Builder Award.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of IMA, it's a privilege for me to read out the citation for Outstanding Institution Builder, Dr. S.S. Badrinath. Actually, the word visionary goes very well, definitely with Dr. Badrinath. A doctor and an entrepreneur with charity as a business model, he has built an institution that has helped millions of people to see better. Inspired by one of his patients, Jagadguru Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamigal, he founded Sankar Netralaya in 1978 to provide world-class service in eye care to everybody, irrespective of their ability to pay. Since then, the hospital has grown into a super specialty institution for ophthalmic care. Now, every day, over 1,000 patients who come from India and overseas are treated by this institution. The institution also reaches out to distant and rural patients by running ophthalmology services. He also founded Medical Research Foundation for research in vision sciences to develop India-specific solutions to eye problems. The foundation trains ophthalmologists and paramedics for scaling up eye care in India. He has many scientific publications to his credit. He mixes philanthropy with astute management acumen, and the institution remains financially independent despite treating a large number of patients without charge. He has been bestowed with the Padma Award twice for his exemplary services to society, the Padma Shri in 1983 and Padma Bhushan in 1999. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for the Institution Builder of the Year to Dr. Sangamedu Srinivasa Badrinath, Founder and Chairman Emeritus, Sankara Nethralaya.
Congratulations, Dr. Badrinath. Thank you, Mr. Balaji.
Respected Honorable Minister, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. In the midst of galaxy of Mahapurushas of Bharat, I ask myself a question. What have I done to deserve this honor? I'm indeed very lucky to be born in this country. What fantastic cultural and spiritual absorption has been there, most unknowingly, which has brought me to this particular height. I'm fortunate to have the freedom, total freedom to develop an institution. To all people I have had the good fortune to be associated with, like my elders, advisors, members of the board of Medical Research Foundation and Vision Research Foundation, I would like to express my sincere thanks for having given me the freedom, a freedom best enjoyed in this country. To numerous colleagues of mine, we are about 72 doctors working together as a group. To numerous colleagues of mine who brought me name and fame for Sankara Nethralaya, I owe a debt I cannot repay. Rest of the hospital employees, who number 1,700 to 1,800, the organization as a whole has a moving spirit, which is the Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham and the Mahaswami of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. The institution building requires teamwork. The outlook of the individuals working in the institution has to be in the same wavelength. A non-profit charitable organization, such as what is Sankara Nethralaya is, it requires a mental resolve from all the employees to make a sacrifice, a personal sacrifice, and that is how we were able to build an institution. The leaders in the organization has to listen to their consciousness. It is not the rules and regulations, but their consciousness which dictates the further growth of the organization. quality is very important, and quality is the only thing of importance for the organization in every activity of our institution. As the Rig Veda says, let the breeze flow from all the directions. We need to observe in the industry, institutions, service organizations such as ours, to take into consideration the rapidly changing world and absorb all that is good from the rest of the changing science and technology. You cannot be left behind with the changing world. You need to absorb all that is good from the rest of the pair. Now, I would like to say, ours is a society for the society to uphold the philosophy of the organization. One has to have tremendous amount of self-discipline. Yes, to be a recipient of this prestigious award for nation building from IMA is indeed a tall victory for me as an individual and for Shankar Nethralaya as an institution. Our sincere thanks goes to IMA and the current chairman, Sri Sanjeev Goenka, and the rest of the office bearers. Thank you. Thank you all.
Now we come to the IMA Managing India Award for the Transformational Business Leader of the Year. Through this award, we recognize a leader who has not only achieved success, but in doing so, has transformed the thoughts and actions of individuals, groups, and even that of an organization through his or her passion, charisma, and the ability to motivate others. May I request Mr. N.K. Singh, former member of Rajya Sabha, to introduce the winner.
What better than to read a citation for a personal friend and someone who has been a great source of advisory wisdom to me in almost every capacity I have worked, particularly in the Ministry of Finance and in the Prime Minister's office, and of course in the Planning Commission. Mr. Uday Kotak, a prodigy entrepreneur, a visionary CEO, Uday Kotak has built banking and financial services powerhouse in a short time. Having begun with a capital management startup in 1985, at a young age of 26, he now heads a group with international presence and 26,000 employees. He has built the Kotak Group into one-stop shop for all banking and finance needs. In the process, he has realized his dream of setting up a bank. In 2003, Kotak Mahindra Finance Limited became the first Indian non-banking finance company to transform into a commercial bank. A prudent financier, he has ensured that Kotak Mahindra Bank has remained healthy even amid the general economic distress. The bank's margins and asset qualities are among the best in the country. Also a savvy risk taker, he has used every opportunity to expand and diversify the group's activities. A brilliant banker, his counsel is much more sought after on policy and regulatory issues. He is a member of the Government of India's High-Level Committee on Financing Infrastructure and SEBI's Primary Capital Advisory Committee. All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for Transformational Business Leader of the Year to Mr. Uday Kotak, Executive Vice President and Managing Director, Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Thank you, Mr. N.K. Singh. Congratulations, Mr. Uday Kotak.
Honorable Home Minister Rajnath Singh Ji, Sanjeev, Preeta, Firdaus, Rekha, many friends and known faces in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, IMA, for this award for the transformation of business. I dedicate this award to three pillars. First pillar being the transformation of the financial sector of India since we started in 1985. When we started in 1985, ladies and gentlemen, savers in India were given 6% rate of interest, and AAA borrowers in India had to borrow money at a minimum of 17% per annum. So the financial sector used to work on a spread of a minimum of 11%. And I'm happy to say that since then, the entire sector has developed, and I'm really thankful and grateful to be a part of this journey of transformation of the Indian financial sector. And we started in 1985 with 3 employees, and we are now close to 27,000 on the last count. I dedicate this award to each and every one of my 27,000 people who are really by my side in making our firm be a significant part of the financial sector. And the third pillar, ladies and gentlemen, I dedicate is to the future of India. Despite all the progress in the Indian financial sector, even today, 2/3 of Indians do not have a bank account. Therefore, the transformation opportunity for us in the Indian financial sector is twice as large for the future than what we've had for the last 28 years. And I really look forward to building this for all of India and all us Indians. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
We now have come to the last award of the day, the Corporate Citizen of the Year Award. This accolade will be awarded to an individual who has made a significant contribution to the public good, be it through strengthening the health and education system, alleviating poverty, helping the handicapped, or providing underprivileged children a promising future. May I request Padma Bhushan Arun Puri, Editor-in-Chief and Chairman, India Today Group, to introduce the winner.
Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, it's my great pleasure and privilege to read out the citation to a friend who is in fact one of the great entrepreneurs of New India. And not only that, more important, I think he's an entrepreneur with a big heart. So let me read the citation. A pioneering IT entrepreneur, a visionary business leader, and a distinguished philanthropist. Shiv Nadar is an icon of modern corporate India. He founded HCL in 1976 as one of India's original IT garage startups. HCL today is a US $6.5 billion enterprise with professionals from diverse nationalities. Nadar established what he believed was closest to his heart, the philanthropic Shiv Nadar Foundation in 1994. A product of education himself, he chose education as a catalyst for sustained, high-impact, long-term change. Today, the foundation is a significant driver of social transformation through its landmark institutions spanning the entire education spectrum from schools to universities. While SSN is a top-ranked engineering college, Vidya Gyan reaches out to the top of the bottom of the pyramid and creates leaders from here. The Shiv Nadar University is a unique, research-led, multidisciplinary university. A connoisseur of art, Shiv Nadar believes that art is important for social change. The foundation has set up the philanthropic Kiran Nadar Museum of Art, which is the first of its kind in India. The All India Management Association is privileged to present the IMA Managing India Award for the corporate citizen to Mr. Shiv Nadar, founder and chairman, HCL and Shiv Nadar Foundation.
Congratulations, Mr. Shiv Nadar. Thank you, Mr. Arun Puri.
Honorable Home Minister, Sanjeev, Dr. Preetha Reddy, Firdaus and Rekha, ladies and gentlemen. It's a true honor that has been bestowed on me, but I have two sets of people to thank for. First, if you visualize an institution as large as I wanted to do, in the first place, I had to earn the money. I don't know which came first, the desire to be an entrepreneur or the success which led to a large cash reserve. I don't know, many people may not know this, sold a quarter of our equity to Hewlett Packard way back in '91. When I was left with some money, which is a serious amount, I was planning to put it back in business. At that time, my mother, she had come on a trip to stay with us, and I was very enthusiastically talking about how I could grow the business. And she said, "Are you going to live your life just all earning for yourself or your family? You know what you have? Several generations can live very well with this. Why don't you start doing two things? One, give it away, and two, give it away in a way by which it sustains." I gave a lot of thought, and I asked her, "What do you suggest we should do?" She said, "You come from a college which was formed by people who came from industry. You know, it's a family in Coimbatore which set aside a third of what they earned for building an education institution. I'm a product of that institution." I thought about it. I said, there is something by which I built HCL. The brightest engineers of India at that time came from IITs, and we had an audacious goal of building this institution from Indians who all came from, virtually all the engineers came from IIT at the time. So that if I have to return something, I have to return something of that caliber. That's how I went on to build an engineering institution. It's very hard to get to that engineering institution. It's the name of my father that was built about 19 years ago. And if I were to go back to engineering, I was quite a good student, but if I were to go back to engineering, I couldn't get admission there. But we're building some of the finest engineering leaders out of this. After that, all that we did was analysis of gaps that exist, because the government is the largest philanthropist, can't go and really do something which is different from them. So each one that we did was a gap which we needed to be filled. When my daughter returned from the US after completing a business school, she suggested, why don't we build leaders? And though I was born in Tamil Nadu, all the businesses that I did started from and built in UP. So we said that we will try and build leaders who come from the highest caliber of intellect but lowest caliber of the society. They should be rural, and they must be the brightest of the lot. For each of these thoughts, for this to flourish, I had group of friends and group of people who built the institution. Most of all, my family members, who all participate in this process. My wife, my daughter, my son-in-law, my brother, my niece. And I really believe that they are the ones to whom this award belonged to. Thank you. And Aima, thank you for honoring me with this. Thank you very much.
That brings us to the end of the award presentation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to please give a big round of applause one more time for all our awardees tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to request Mr. Sanjeev Goenka to please take the podium once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my proud privilege to present to you our chief guest for the evening. A man with an extraordinary grassroots support, a man with a very strong vision, a man with exceptional implementation abilities, a man who leads from the front, a man who inspires us all. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Home Minister, Shri Rajnath Singh.
IMA President, Ms. Preeta Reddy, Jury Chairman, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, Vice Chairman, SR Steel, Mr. Firdaus Pandrewala, or DG IMA, Ms. Rekha. My friends, I will deliver my speech in Hindi. Excuse me, Mr. Matthew. Because my English is not so good. Hence, I'm not apologizing for that. I am proud that I will speak in Hindi. मैं आइमा को सबसे पहले धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं, और धन्यवाद इसलिए देना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने मैनेजिंग इंडिया अवार्ड का सिलसिला लंबे समय से प्रारंभ किया है। डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स में जो हाईली टैलेंटेड लोग हैं, ऐसे टैलेंटेड लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई करना, उन्हें सम्मानित करना, इसका भी देश के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन माना जाता है। या कोई लोगों को, टैलेंट्स को सम्मानित करना, यह किसी भी कंट्री के लिए छोटा कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है, बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। यदि हाईली टैलेंटेड लोगों को इस देश में यदि हम सम्मानित नहीं करेंगे तो ब्रेन ड्रेन का सिलसिला यहीं से प्रारंभ हो जाएगा। और आप सभी जानते हैं कि एल्बर्ट आइंस्टीन, जिसने टाइम एंड स्पेस की थियरी दी थी, जिसने थ्योरी ऑफ रिलेटिविटी दिया था, वह रहने वाला जर्मन का, लेकिन अमेरिका में जाकर उसने शरणार्थी के रूप में जिंदगी जी है। लेकिन सचमुच टाइम एंड स्पेस की थियरी का और थ्योरी ऑफ रिलेटिविटी की क्रेडिट यदि किसी देश को जाती है तो अमेरिका को जाती है। मैं याद दिलाना चाहता हूं आपको प्रोफेसर हरविंद खुराना, इस कंट्री में उन्हें अच्छा टीचिंग जॉब भी नहीं मिल पाया था, लेकिन यूएस में जाकर उन्होंने नोबेल प्राइज हासिल करने में कामयाबी हासिल की थी। इस कंट्री में यदि हम हाईली टैलेंटेड लोगों को सम्मानित करते रहेंगे, जैसे आज आपने सम्मानित किया है, उनको हम अवार्ड देते रहेंगे, तो मैं पूरी तरह से कॉन्फिडेंट हूं कि यह ब्रेन ड्रेन का सिलसिला भी ये भारत में रुकेगा। और जहां तक टैलेंट का प्रश्न है, टैलेंट केवल
बड़े बड़े महलों में नहीं रहता है, आलीशान बनी हुई बिल्डिंग्स में ही टैलेंट्स नहीं रहते हैं, बल्कि टैलेंट्स झोपड़ियों के अंदर भी रहते हैं। मैं एक उदाहरण देना चाहता हूं। आज के हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर श्री नरेंद्र मोदी गरीब परिवार के, और जो रेलवे स्टेशन पर कभी चाय बेचने का काम करते थे, आज वह देश के प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैं। और सारी दुनिया भी इस बात को मानती है कि सचमुच एक स्ट्रांग लीडरशिप भारत को इस बार मिली है। सभी इसको स्वीकार करते हैं और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि यह अवार्ड का सिलसिला आइमा के द्वारा भविष्य में भी जारी रहेगा। मुझे उम्मीद और विश्वास दोनों है। यदि मैं उम्मीद शब्द का यहां पर मैं प्रयोग कर रहा हूं तो इसलिए कर रहा हूं कि इट इज ऑल अबाउट होप। जिंदगी भी यदि चलती है तो उम्मीदों के सहारे ही चलती है। बाजार में मंदी आ जाती है यदि बाजार में तेजी आने की उम्मीद न हो, वहां भी मंदी आ जाती है। डाटा चाहे जो कुछ भी कहते हों, लेकिन बाजार में, मार्केट में कभी हताशा और निराशा नहीं पैदा होती है यदि होप रहती है, यदि उम्मीद रहती है। इस होप की भी अहमियत है। और मैं तो यह भी कहूंगा कि इस बार भी जो मैंडेट हम लोगों को मिला है, इट इज ए मैंडेट ऑफ होप। और यह मैंडेट ऑफ जो होप मिला है, इसको एक मैंडेट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस में बदलने की यह जिम्मेदारी हम लोगों की है। और हम लोग अपनी तरफ से भरपूर कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि इस मैंडेट ऑफ होप को हम मैंडेट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस में बदल दें। और अपनी तरफ से 2-2.5 महीने का जो भी अवसर मिला है हमारी सरकार को, करने की भरपूर कोशिश की है। जहां तक हमारे देश की इकोनॉमी का प्रश्न है, इकोनॉमी के समक्ष इस समय सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज प्राइस हाइक का था, महंगाई का था। और हम जानते हैं कि जब तक यह महंगाई नहीं रुकेगी, तब तक हम रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट को भी जो लोअर डाउन करना चाहते हैं, वह करना संभव नहीं हो पाएगा। इसलिए पहला कदम हम लोगों ने उठाया है कि महंगाई को कैसे चेक किया जाए। यह हम लोगों का कदम है। कुछ इनिशिएटिव, पॉलिसी इनिशिएटिव्स भी हम लोगों ने लेना प्रारंभ किया है, ताकि पहले डोमेस्टिक इन्वेस्टर्स भी भारत के अंदर इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते थे, बल्कि दुनिया के दूसरे देशों में जाकर इन्वेस्ट करना पसंद करते थे। लेकिन हम लोगों की यह पूरी कोशिश है कि हम भारत को इन्वेस्टमेंट फ्रेंडली कैसे बना दें, इन्वेस्टर्स फ्रेंडली कैसे बना दें। इसके लिए भी हम लोगों ने फैसला किया है कि हम कुछ आवश्यक कदम उठाएंगे। भारत के इतिहास का जहां तक प्रश्न है, आप सभी जानते हैं कि 18वीं सेंचुरी में भारत का ग्लोबल आउटपुट में कंट्रीब्यूशन अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 25 to 30% हुआ करता था। आज ग्लोबल आउटपुट में भारत का कंट्रीब्यूशन अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 3% है, जबकि चाइना का कंट्रीब्यूशन अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 15% है। हम कैसे ग्लोबल आउटपुट में अपना भी कंट्रीब्यूशन बढ़ा सकें, इस टारगेट को हम कैसे अचीव कर सकते हैं, हम लोग उस दिशा में भी सोच रहे हैं। एक लंबी उम्मीद, एक बड़ी उम्मीद, एक बड़े विश्वास के साथ हम लोग सरकार चलाने की अपनी तरफ से भरपूर कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और हम जानते हैं कि जब तक हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में हम बूम लाने की कोशिश नहीं करेंगे, इसको जब तक हम प्रमोट नहीं करेंगे, तब तक आज जो ग्रोथ रेट जीडीपी की सिंगल डिजिट में है, हम उसे डबल डिजिट तक नहीं पहुंचा सकते। तो हम लोग कुछ ऐसी भी पॉलिसीज पर विचार कर रहे हैं और आगामी कुछ दिनों में हम सब के पॉलिसी डिसीजंस होंगे, ताकि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर में भी बूम आ सके। ये बट नेचुरल है कि मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेक्टर में भी बूम आएगा, तो बट नेचुरल है कि एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन भी अधिक होगा। ये हम लोगों की कोशिश है। और जैसा हम लोग अब पहले अपनी पॉलिटिकल स्पीच लोग कहते थे उसे, लेकिन सचमुच यदि हम बोलते थे तो कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ ये बोलते थे कि हमारी दिली ख्वाहिश है, हमारी तमन्ना है कि भारत एक सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर बनना चाहिए। भारत को सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर बनाने के लिए पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप के पास विल भी चाहिए, लेकिन विल के साथ साथ झील भी चाहिए। विल की और झील की ये दोनों कमी न पड़ने पाए, इसके प्रति भी हम पूरी तरह से सजग हैं, हम पूरी तरह से सचेष्ट हैं। और मैं जानता हूं कि जिस दिन भारत सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर बनेगा तो भारत दुनिया का एक ऐसा देश है और भारत की कल्चर एक ऐसी है कि भारत केवल सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर ही नहीं बनेगा, बल्कि भारत सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर के साथ साथ ड्यू टू इट्स इनहेरेंट कल्चर यह सुपर स्पिरिचुअल पावर भी बनेगा। और जिस दिन भारत सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर के साथ साथ सुपर स्पिरिचुअल पावर बन जाएगा, मैं कह सकता हूं कि जिस भारत के बारे में यह कहा जाता था कि भारत कभी जगत गुरु के पद पर आसीन था, वह हमारा भारत शायद 21वीं सदी में पुनः जगत गुरु के पद पर आसीन होगा। यह मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। और मैं जानता हूं कि आज डिफरेंट सेक्टर में अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन देने वाले जिन लोगों को हम लोगों ने सम्मानित किया है, उनके बहुत बड़े योगदान की आवश्यकता है और मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि उनका योगदान प्राप्त होगा। मैं बस केवल अपनी सरकार की तरफ से आपको आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं कि हम इस देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को मजबूत बनाने के लिए जिस भी प्रकार के पॉलिसी इनिशिएटिव्स लेने की आवश्यकता होगी, हम लोग लेंगे इस कन्विक्शन के साथ। विजन की कमी नहीं है, विजन तो यदि थोड़ी बहुत यदि कमी भी होगी तो मैं समझता हूं कि लोगों के साथ म्यूचुअल डायलॉग के माध्यम से वो विजन भी हासिल किया जा सकता है। चाहिए कन्विक्शन, तो हमारी गवर्नमेंट में किसी भी प्रकार की कोई कन्विक्शन की कमी नहीं आने पाएगी, यह मैं आपको एश्योर करना चाहता हूं। विजन और कन्विक्शन के साथ हम भारत को एक सुपर इकोनॉमिक पावर बनाने की भरपूर कोशिश करेंगे। आज के अवसर पर इससे ज़्यादा कुछ न कहते हुए मैं बधाई देना चाहता हूं आज जिन्हें मैनेजिंग इंडिया अवार्ड प्राप्त हुआ है, मिस्टर दीपक पारिक जी और मिस्टर एम.जी. जॉर्ज मुथुट जी और मिस्टर चंद्रशेखर जी घोष, मिस्टर बी.डी. पार्क, सैमसंग इंडिया, मिस्टर मेमन मैथ्यू, चीफ एडिटर एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, मलयालम मनोरमा, हाईली सर्कुलेटेड, हाईली डिग्निफाइड न्यूज़पेपर ऑफ द केरला स्टेट, राकेश ओम प्रकाश मेहरा एंड मिस्टर अरूप राय जी चौधरी, मिस्टर एस.एस. बद्रीनाथ, मिस्टर उदय कोटक जी एंड मिस्टर एन. चंद्रशेखरन एंड मिस्टर शिव नादार जी, फाउंडर एंड चेयरमैन एचसीएल। मैं इन्हें अपनी तरफ से मैं बधाई देता हूं और मैं यही उम्मीद करता हूं कि जिस प्रकार का कंट्रीब्यूशन अब तक का इनका अपने सेक्टर में रहा है, उससे कहीं अधिक कंट्रीब्यूशन आगे इनका इस देश को एक सशक्त देश बनाने में मिलता रहेगा। मैं इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ पुनः बधाई देते हुए आप सबको धन्यवाद देते हुए अपनी बात समाप्त करता हूं।
Dhanyavad, Maniniya Mantrivar. As we approach the conclusion of this evening's business, I request Mr. Firdaus Bandrewala, Vice President IMA and Executive Vice Chairman SR Steel India Limited, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Shri Rajnath Singh Ji, Honorable Home Minister, distinguished people on the panel, distinguished award winners, ladies and gentlemen. I have more often than not, been where you are, in the audience, and I wonder that after such a lovely evening, 11 good acceptance speeches, a powerful message of hope and trust, Umeed or Viswas, why do we have to tolerate and endure a vote of thanks? What's in it for me? Why is this guy coming between me and spoiling a lovely evening? However, gratitude is like having a nice present, well packed, and not presenting the present. So I want to express my gratitude to many, and the sincerity of that gratitude is inversely proportional to the amount of time I take in expressing that gratitude. So first of all, to our chief guest, our Home Minister Mantri ji, बहुत धन्यवाद. आप आए और इस अवसर का रौनक और रोशन बढ़ाए, और हमें पूरा विश्वास है कि जो हमारी उम्मीद है आप और आपकी सरकार पूरी करेंगी. धन्यवाद. As you may have noticed, yes, a round of applause. Thank you. You may have noticed that we had 11 winners. IMA chose India's playing team for 2014. Exactly 11 award winners. So what did I learn from this? Two things. Those who got the awards predicted the future, and the best way they did predicting the future is by creating it. And two, that whatever success they've had in these years, the same tricks were not repeated. What worked for them 5 years ago did not necessarily work for them last year and will surely not work for them next year. It reminds me of a story. In the village, there was a guy selling hats. One day, it was a very hot day, and surprisingly, on a hot day, no hats got sold. He was exasperated, tired. He sat under a tree, had his lunch, and went to sleep. When he woke up, he found all his hats were missing. So he shouted, "Chor, chor, bachao, kuch karo." Nobody came. Called for help, nobody came. Then in exasperation, he took out his hat and threw it on the floor. And from the top of the trees, he found all his hats coming down. The monkeys had picked it up, and they were sitting with the hats. So what's the moral of the story? Too soon. Let me finish my story. So he went home and told this story to his son, and the son told it to his son, and the grandson 30 years later had a similar day when no hats were sold. He went to sleep under the tree and woke up and found all his hats missing. And he remembered his grandfather's story. So he didn't call for help. He didn't look up to the tree. He promptly took out his cap and threw it on the floor. And guess what happened? One monkey jumped down, gave him one slap and told him, "You idiot, you think only you had a grandfather?" So same tricks don't work all times. You got to keep innovating. To the jury, thank you very much for your time and professionalism. To the past presidents and council members, thank you for your presence. To the sponsors, thank you for your support. To the volunteers and media, thank you for making this a success. And most of all, to the audience, thank you very much. I'd now like to request Sanjeev and Preeta to give a small memento to our chief guest as a token not just of our appreciation, but also of our hope. Dhanyavad. Every end is a new beginning. So as we end this function, IMA starts a new beginning. It's my privilege to say that this award ceremony is now concluded, and I invite you for the dinner that you've been patiently waiting for. Thank you very much. God be with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we extend immense gratitude to our sponsors and partners, Apollo Hospitals Group, Microsoft, Citibank and CNBC TV 18 for their outstanding support in organizing this exciting ceremony. With that, we have come to the end of 5th IMA Managing India Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you all to please join us for dinner at Rajabagh. Thank you and good night.